Retail derating could compound problems for UK property funds. £1 billion UK property funds like the frozen M&G Property Portfolios are being called out for their hefty exposures to brick-and-mortar retailers which face disruption from the growth of online shopping. M&G Investments suspended dealing on its £2.5 billion property portfolio and feeder fund on Wednesday. The asset manager blamed continued Brexit-related uncertainty and ongoing shifts in the UK retail sector for triggering the unusually high and sustained outflows that prompted it to temporarily shutter the fund.But this explanation didn't sit well with SCM Direct co-founder Gina Miller, who called it a distraction on M&G's part and queried why it had allowed its exposure to the beleaguered UK retail sector to creep upwards. Miller noted there has been continued Brexit-related uncertainty on most days since the June 2016 referendum and that the downfall of the high street market has been a feature for years now, noting the fund's independent value frank slashed the value of its retail investments by 7.7% this November. The real question is, why did M&G decide to invest as much as 36.4% of the fund in retail properties according to its March 2019 account? Miller asked.Retail warehouses, shopping centers, designer outlets and supermarkets now make up 40% of the M&G Property Portfolio, according to its October factsheet. Breaking down UK property funds' exposure to retail, the M&G Property Portfolio is not alone in having hefty exposure to the besieged UK retail market. Portfolio advisor found UK direct property funds were holding between 20% and 50% in retail assets. According to their latest factsheets. The Aberdeen UK Property Fund had the highest exposure to retail properties of the 11 funds examined, with 49.5% of the portfolio held in this type of asset. Aviva investors, Janus Henderson, Canada Life, Kames Capital and Royal London had around a quarter of their open-ended property funds invested in retail properties, while Standard Life Investments and Columbia Threadneedle had over a third. Fund size retail exposure includes warehouses. Aberdeen UK Property Fund £1.4 billion 49.5%, Aviva Investors UK Property £541.9 M 23.3%, B.M.O. UK Property £506.2 M 18.8%, Janus Henderson PAIF £2.2 BN 26.4%, Kames Property Income £614 M 24.8%, L&G UK Property £3.2 BN 19.5%, Lefkin Life UK Property £381.1 M 27.1%, M&G Property Portfolio £2.5 BN 40%, Royal London Property £412 M 26.1%, Standard Life Investments UK Real Estate £1.9 BN 33.6%, Threadneedle UK Property Authorised Investment £1.1 BN 35%. Source: Fay Analytics. Property funds could derate further. Louis Tambay, fund analyst at Fay Fund Info, says valuations in the direct property market are a growing concern. In the listed real estate and right market, prices have already begun to reflect much of the struggles with the sector, particularly high street and shopping malls, says Tambay. However, in the diary for more on this story, visit the news article link.